video, we're going to be talking about some self or home remedies that you can do if you're suffering from headaches. Okay, short list here. Basically, these are all things you can do at home. First one is simply doing some stretches, okay? So when we come to the stretches, we're going to be primarily focusing in the neck and the upper back. And you're going to do things in your pain-free range of motion, so just nice and easy. So I would just start with, even the key is if you're a headache sufferer, you want to do these even when you're feeling good, just to keep your mobility up, okay? Particularly if you also have accompanying neck pain or tightness, which everybody suffering from headaches does. So first one you're going to do is just simply some range of motion, rotation left and right. And you're going to go to the end range, but pain-free range of motion, okay? And I'd like you to do 10 each side, just get some motion through those joints, okay? Then you're going to do flexion and extension. Again, pain-free range of motion, but go as far as you can comfortably so that you're feeling a stretch in the front and a stretch through the back, all right? The other one is going to be ear to shoulder, so lateral bending, side bending, pain-free range of motion, 10 each side. Once you get comfortable with it, you can pick up the speed, okay? So these mobility exercises are great to do anytime. Again, even if you're not suffering, do them when you feel good. That's kind of the key, all right? Now the other one that's pretty common and obvious, most folks have a hot and or cold pack at the house. Everyone's a little different, so you need to find out what works for you. But obviously you're just gonna put a hot or cold pack in the affected area. So if you're having tension headaches and you've got tension and stress and pain around the base of the skull, I'd actually recommend starting with a cold pack. You can alternate hot and cold, but end with cold, because that's gonna reduce that inflammation, and generally that's where pain's coming from, is inflammation, okay? If you're having sinus or, orbital or frontal type headache pain, again, that's where you're gonna apply the cold and the heat, all right? You probably don't wanna go more than 15 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes on the affected area, and you can do that every hour as needed. So like 15 on, 45 off. Then you've got essential oils. Obviously, there's a lot of different great uses for essential oils, but in the example of headaches, lavender or peppermint are really great. And you just use a little bit. You want high quality, like doTERRA or Young Living, something like that. But you want to just put a tiny little bit on the temples of your head, okay? And so those oils can really help reduce some of the intensity of the headaches. Hydration. This is the easiest one, and really there's no excuse, because you should be staying hydrated anyway. It's really good for you. We could do a whole video just on why you should stay hydrated. But generally speaking, as a loose rule of thumb, half of your body weight in ounces, okay? So if you weigh 150 pounds, you want to be drinking about 75 ounces of water a day, okay? And you want to avoid things that create dehydration. So that's your caffeinated drinks, alcoholic drinks, things like that. They're going to pull water out of you. So in which case, if you do indulge, you need to add a bit more water to compensate, all right? Next one is box breathing. And this really has to do with not only oxygenating your body, but just reducing stress. So if you're just feeling anxious or stressed and you just got a lot on your plate, box breathing is great. Again, even if you feel okay or you're not suffering, they're just good to reduce stress. You can do them morning, throughout the day, lunch break, whatever the case may be. And there are different versions of box breathing, but basically one that I teach folks, it's easy, is you're gonna breathe in for a count of 4, hold your breath for a count of 4, and then exhale for a count of 4. And do that, 8 or 10 repetitions of that. So breathing in, 4 seconds in, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. Just feel all your muscles and just try to relax everything, get the tension out of your system, okay? It'll also help to activate what's called your vagus nerve and your parasympathetics, and just get your body to slow down and get into more of a healing phase rather than a stressed phase, all right? And then you can do like a hot compress over the eyes, especially if you're having a sinus or a frontal headache. Just laying down, closing the eyes, put a hot compress. Cold if it feels better for you, use a cold pack. And obviously you can do any combination of these. And sometimes that's what it takes, depending on the type and severity of headache that you're having. So there you go. Those are some really easy home remedies, self-care if you're suffering from headaches. If you're having chronic headaches and these things just aren't getting, you're just not getting over the hump, you may need professional help. So we'd encourage you to follow up. If you'd like to have a consult in our office, just let us know, or even if you just have questions, please reach out. I'm Dr. Todd at Mount Dora Family Chiropractic, and we wish you a very blessed and healthy day.